Okay, in this video, we're going to draw scissors again. And this time you can go ahead and draw my scissors or another pair of scissors or something else that you would like to draw, but not anything too complicated. We don't want to make this too complicated at this stage because we're going to kind of set up this drawing. So first I'm going to take an HB or 2B pencil, just something nice and light. I'm going to freshen up my pencil. There we go. And I want you to do this really light. I'm going to do it a little darker, hopefully, so that you can see it. But you should, use these lines pretty light. So now we've done a blind contour of these scissors, and so we have a better understanding of them. But let's now do some measuring so that we can get, a better sense of things. Now these scissors actually fit on the page enough that I can do another set right next to it. And that's really helpful because I already know this is kind of where the scissors end. Now, obviously, most of the things we draw, we will not have them sitting on our paper with enough room next to our paper. But for a starting exercise, this is really helpful. Now, I see that, obviously, this is where the plastic meets the blade. So let's just make a plumb line there too. And so that gives us the approximate distance of the blade and the handle. And you see that my eye was wrong. In the first video, I thought these were pretty much equidistant, and they're really not. This is quite a bit longer than this. But now I have that information. So then what I want to do is just kind of, again, holding my pencil very loosely, I just want to do a little oval, a little flat oval here where the blade will go. I'm going to do it a little darker so you can see it. And then over here, for starters, I'm just going to kind of do a big oval to sort of capture all of that. What we try to do with drawing and what you will get better at as you go along is we need to simplify. Have you ever thought about, you look at a landscape painting or kind of an abstraction of a landscape. And you know that if you're looking at the landscape, there's trees and clouds and grass and dirt in the mountains. And yet the artist has somehow simplified it down to just a few shapes. Well, that's what we're trying to do. So of course, when I look at this, I see circle, weird thing, egg thing, this shape. But, for setting up my drawing, I just want to make this one shape. So here's a measurement I'm going to take is if this is this long, the blade, let's see how that compares to this. So I would say that's about 3/4 of the length of that. And what that means is, what that means is I can take about this long, and that's how much, I can do this with my pencil. You can also do this with a ruler, actually. But that's how wide this should be. I've got it a little short, so let's make it just a little bit longer. Okay. So now I have kind of the setup of the width of my handle, and that's where my handle needs to fit. Okay. Then I can come in here and I can do a little more of the details of these. Like, let's do this. And again, I'm doing it kind of dark, but you don't worry about that. You do yours nice and light. So first, maybe I want to show that this comes to a point. And then I'm also going to show that it overlaps here. And don't forget, you will have yours nice and light because we're actually going to erase these setup lines later. Okay, and then here we come up here. Now this doesn't go all the way, don't forget. So I'm just going to kind of come here. And then let's do this one too, down here. And then maybe those kind of meet. Now this needs to be a little more rounded. Where those meet. And then, now that I did wrong because this is actually coming like this. So let's see if, and this is why we do our lines light, because we don't know where they are. We're doing a gesture drawing. This is kind of a searching line. We don't know exactly where our lines are. And so we're kind of searching around, which is why we do it light so that we can erase it. And so I'm going to change now this. This is going to come further down here and touch more like that. Okay, that looks much more accurate. Now, is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. But by the time I'm done putting in these circles, my viewer will be able to tell that this is scissors. And this opening is a little farther down from this opening. One thing that we can do is do like an angle. Okay, comes down like about that. And then bring this back up like that. And then maybe I'll even put, you know, this circle here. Give that a little dimension. And basically, I would say we have a pair of scissors. Now, what I'd like to do is after you've done the setup drawing, you can also ink the drawing. Now I'm going a little faster than I might if I were drawing something on my own, just so that the video is not too long. But we can ink the drawing so that we have nice lines to guide us. And then erase our pencil setup. Oops, there's a little jog right there. And I can see a little overlap. There we go. We have some scissors. Now your scissors might look different than this, or if you've chosen another object, it may look different than this. But basically, we have some scissors. And then when our ink dries, we can come in and we can erase some of the lines that were just there to help us. And then if we're painting, and this is on proper watercolor paper, then we have a nice drawing to paint, and we can erase the lines that we used to set up the drawing. Now, this is how artists do it. They measure, they do gesture drawings, they try to find where the thing is. It's really helpful when you're starting drawing to have an object that's actually in front of you rather than a photograph. So just pick, I find kitchen items can be good because they have some interesting turns and holes, but they're not too complicated. So go ahead and give that a try. Try a couple different objects with some setup line contour drawings, and then some blind contour drawings, and then some more measured setup drawings where you give yourself some lines and some points of reference, and then you can do gesture drawing and see if you can find the rest of it. And after you've observed your object a few times with blind contour drawing, you'll be surprised what you notice and how much easier it is to get into this. All right, good luck. Report back.